Many of our favorite movie stars are not just brilliant performers, but quite bankable too, as per studios and streaming platforms, and so get paid accordingly. Consequently, owing to the fat paychecks they receive for their projects, some of them are among the world's highest paid actors. These are the top 10 highest paid actors in the United States. Before proceeding further, hit a like, subscribe to the channel, and click on the notification icon so you would get notified when we upload the next video. 10. Denzel Washington. Washington has been earning millions in salary over the 2021 to 2022 period. He made USD $40 million, including share in profits for The Little Things in 2021. The figure for the Warner Brothers film was high because of the competition for streaming platforms. Washington is preparing for The Equalizer 3, the third installment in the hit The Equalizer franchise. Directed by Antoine Fuqua, the film is expected to hit the screens in 2023. For reprising his role as Robert McCall, a former Marine and Defense Intelligence Agency operative, Washington is charging a salary of USD $20 million. He might as well make more if there are any back-end deals written into the contract. 9. Joaquin Phoenix. Phoenix is one of the biggest movie stars of all time. His repertoire is stacked with films that can safely be called classics. After 3 Academy Award nominations in acting categories for Gladiator 2000, Walk the Line 2005, and The Master 2012, Phoenix eventually won the Oscar for Best Actor for Joker in 2019. His personal accolade apart, Joker is considered a landmark film featuring a comic book character. Though the Joker is one of the greatest supervillains of Batman, Phoenix successfully brings out a sympathetic side of the character. The film sequel was confirmed on the 8th of June by director Todd Phillips. Phoenix returns to play Joker in the film, which has a working title of Joker. Folie à Deux, expectations for its sequel are therefore very high, particularly because the film made over $1 billion at the worldwide box office, making it one of the highest grossing films of all time. As such, Phoenix, who drew the USD $4.5 million salary in for the first film, is now drawing $20 million for the second. Number 8. Vin Diesel. Diesel will be earning a salary of $20 million for Fast X, which is set to release sometime in 2023. The film is the 10th installment in the main canon of the Fast and Furious franchise and will be followed by an 11th film in 2024. The story of the film is not known, but Diesel returns as former criminal turned street racer Dominic Toretto, aka Dom, with other regular faces including Michelle Rodriguez, Tyrese Gibson, Ludacris, Nathaniel Emmanuel, Jason Statham, and Charlize Theron. New faces include Jason Momoa, Daniel Melchior, and Brie Larson, all of whom are notable for their appearances in either DCEU or MCU. Due to the huge star-studded cast involving notable names in the industry, reports suggest that the budget for Fast X is around USD $300 million, which makes it one of the most expensive films ever made. 7. Will Ferrell. The ace comic actor is set to draw an equal paycheck as Reynolds in Spirited. Ferrell plays Present, a character based on the ghost of the Christmas present from Dickens' book. One of the most respected comic actors in Hollywood, Ferrell's body of work in films and TV is highly impressive and laudatory. He hosted Saturday Night Live from 1995 to 2002, and then periodically till 2019. Between this period, he also starred in several comedy films, most notably in Anchorman: The Legend of Ron Burgundy in 2004, and its sequel Anchorman 2: The Legend Continues in 2013. Number 6. Ryan Reynolds. Reynolds is counted among the highest paid actors of Hollywood and was only behind Dwayne Johnson in Forbes' 2020 list with the total earnings of USD $71.5 million. At the time, he was reportedly paid over $20 million for each of his films, Six Underground 2019 and Red Notice 2021. He has since starred in 3 more big-budget films, Hitman's Wife Bodyguard 2021, Free Guy 2021, and Netflix's The Adam Project in 2022. Variety reports that Reynolds is to rake in USD $20 million for his role as Ebenezer Scrooge in the upcoming Apple TV Plus Christmas musical Spirited. The film is based on Charles Dickens' illustrious books Christmas Carol, and Ebenezer is the protagonist. The film is expected to premiere late in 2022. Reynolds is one of the 7 actors to round off at around $20 million in salary from their upcoming projects as per Variety's 2022 list. 5. Dwayne Johnson. Salary is not the sole money generator for an actor. Stars such as Dwayne Johnson, who is popularly known as The Rock, make millions more than their share in profits, endorsements, businesses, investments, and promotions on Instagram. Johnson earns USD $270 million to make it the 4th place on Forbes' list of the highest paid entertainers of 2022. The publication notes that he got only about a quarter of his earnings from his films Jungle Cruise in 2021 and Red Notice in 2021. The Rock's main source of income? His tequila brand Teremana. Nevertheless, Johnson has the highest earnings among actors in the list, a feat he has been repeating since 2018. In 2021, he made $50 million, including stream back-end buyout for the Netflix film Red Notice. Now, according to Variety, he is charging a salary of $22.5 million for Black Adam, a DC Extended Universe film that marks his first appearance in the superhero franchise. The report says that Johnson only got a salary rise from Warner Brothers for appearing as the titular anti-hero. He is also set to receive millions from ticket sales and streaming revenue as the producer of the film. Added to the fee he charges for promotions on social media. Taken together, and depending on the film's performance at the box office, Johnson could continue to remain the highest paid actor in the world for another year. Apart from Black Adam, he also voiced Krypto, Superman's dog, in DC Legends of Super Pets 2022, an animated film not part of the DCEU. It is not clear how much he was paid for that. 4. Brad Pitt. Like Cruise, Pitt is one of the most famous Hollywood faces of the 20th century through the 21st. He has hit box office gold innumerable times in the accomplished career both as the star of the big-budget flicks and as producer too. Pitt is now set to star in an untitled Formula One movie backed by Apple TV+, for which he is paid a salary of $30 million. The film is set to be directed by Joseph Kosinski of Top Gun: Maverick fame. He also has 7-time F1 champion Lewis Hamilton on board as one of its producers. Pitt's own company Plan B is also one of the producing franchises. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the film will have a global release in theaters for 30 to 60 days before it is streamed on Apple TV+. The reporter also says that as per the deal between Apple and the producers, they will equally share the theatrical earnings. This, according to THR, will bring in anywhere between $40 million and $50 million for Pitt and his company. Add this to the $20 million salary for Bullet Train in 2022, the Pitt's total salaried gross from 2021 through 2022 alone comes to around $50 million. 3. Leonardo DiCaprio. Killers of the Flower Moon is one of the most anticipated films of 2023 because it not only reunites Leonardo DiCaprio with director Martin Scorsese, but also the latter with Robert De Niro. The historical drama is based on the book of the same name by David Grann. Set in the 1920s Oklahoma, it is about a series of murders in Osage Nation. For this film, Apple is paying DiCaprio $30 million, the same figure he earned in Don't Look Up in 2021. 2. Will Smith. The actor has been in the news in 2022 for two reasons: sweeping the Best Actor category at all major awards for King Richard 2021 and his 10-year ban for the Academy Awards ceremony for the controversial incident involving Chris Rock. Variety estimates that Apple paid $35 million to Smith for the upcoming film Emancipation. Directed by Antoine Fuqua, the film is based on the true story of an escaped slave in Louisiana during the American Civil War, 1861 to 1865. The film was set for release in 2022, but Smith's infamous Oscar incident led Apple TV Plus to postpone the release to 2023. Smith isn't new to earning millions. With an established $44.5 million, he was 8th on the highest paid actors list by Forbes in 2020. According to the publication, his earnings came from his pay for King Richard and his endorsement of mobile phones and a Snapchat series. He also gets paid well for Instagram posts. According to a 2021 Variety report, his earnings from King Richard came at about $40 million, including streaming back-end buyout. Number 1. Tom Cruise. With a worldwide gross of over $1.3 billion, Top Gun: Maverick is the highest-grossing film of 2022. With this one film, Tom Cruise sits at the very top of the list of highest-paid actors in the world, with a stratospheric earning of over $100 million reportedly. According to Variety, Cruise takes a percentage of the movie's first dollar gross, which means that he gets a bonus before the studio breaks even. Accordingly, his earnings for Top Gun: Maverick include salary, ticket sales, and his share from streaming and home entertainment rentals. Top Gun: Maverick is a sequel to Cruise's 1986 film. It follows the character Pete Maverick Mitchell, a captain in the U.S. Navy who is entrusted with the training of a group of young pilots ahead of a mission. The report says that apart from the film, Cruise is charging between $12 and $14 million in salary for appearance as Agent Ethan Hunt in the next two installments of the Mission Impossible franchise. This isn't a substantial increase because, as reported by Variety in 2021, Cruise's salary income for Top Gun: Maverick stood at $13 million only, a figure that didn't include streaming back-end buyouts. It's also noteworthy that Cruise's salary was the same for The Mummy in 2017. Which one of them is your most favorite among them? Thanks for watching.